So it's a 280 lead. Is that enough? Maybe not yet, because clearly if you see, every time India is kind of getting a hold of the game, England's almost making a comeback. And that was the story of that particular session as well. Because, at lunch and break when we were doing the show, we were saying that, okay, one more session and we can perhaps call the game. But that didn't happen. I mean, we were talking about a 350 lead. We were talking about close to a 400 lead at some point in time. It did not happen like that. Immediately after lunch, that Gus Atkinson moment where he picked out Shubman Gill, and that was a good ball. But again, you have to understand it was an incoming delivery. So international teams will now possibly target Shubman Gill with the incoming delivery, and the Indian captain will have to perhaps work a tad more on that particular ball, the ball coming in where he once again got trapped to the LBW. Thereafter, if you see, India did get partnerships, little partnerships, that 40-run partnership between Karun, Nair and Jaiswal. Then another 43-run partnership between Ravindra Jadeja and once again Jaiswal. But each time when you feel that just when India can close it out, just when India can sort of wrap the game up, that's when England is making a comeback. I thought Karun Nair did not do justice to the opportunities that he got. Yet again a 17, that too after a drop chance. Karun Nair should have closed out the game, and unfortunately that did not happen. Karun Nair, again, had he scored a 30-40 here, he could have actually taken control of that game and added much to his cricketing career. This was the 4th test match he played, and if you take a look, you have a 13, you have a 17, you have a 26, you have a 30, you have a 40, and you have a 57. When you see those kind of scores, it tells you that this man has not made the most of the opportunity, and that perhaps is a bit of a problem with Karun Nair. Had it been something else, I would have said, Karun Nair getting his opportunities and not converting has been the story of Karun Nair in this particular series. I would have wanted Karun to score at least 20 runs more in this one, or hang around, not give it up more when you've got a life. There is still something in that track, make no mistake. There is still something, and the new ball is, I think, 10 overs old now, 10 overs due now. So India will know that. India will also know that the highest ever run chase at the Oval is 263. That's the highest run chase at the Oval, and that's what India will know. Having said that, these recent times with baseball and the impact of baseball, you have to add 50, 60, 100 runs to what is required. So when I say Karun Nair, and that's why I have to say I was a tad disappointed with the way Karun Nair was playing. Secondly, after that Karun Nair wicket, Jaiswal had played one of the finest innings he's played. Yes, he got lives. Make no mistake, he got lives. But then you create your own luck in sport. He had gone hard. He had gone hard in that slash which was dropped. The Liam Dawson chance was a huge moment of luck. Having said that 100 was 100 of real quality. To be able to score a second innings 100, brilliant. I mean, a series defining 100 perhaps in many ways from Yashasvi Jaiswal. Because look, we keep talking about the fact that Yashasvi Jaiswal has been tapering down. In Australia, he has tapered off. Here also, we were talking about the fact that Leeds, he got 100, and thereafter he was tapering down. A lot of people on our show have commented saying, you know what, Yashasvi Jaiswal, should he give way? And each time such a comment has been made, we've actually said, no, it's not fair. It's not justified to even call that, because somebody who's got 100, somebody who's got a couple of 50s, even in that first innings in Manchester, you will remember he played out that session. That's why I have been repeatedly saying that Yashasvi Jaiswal needs to stay in that mix. Having said that, I thought he had done the hard yards. He played outstandingly well, but just when he could have pushed England out of the game, that 116 getting converted into 150 could have finished the game off for England. And that, I thought, would have been very, very important. Had that 116 become 150, I thought England would have been out of this contest. That's where, and by the way, that ball was, he could have hit it anywhere. That fielder was square. And Yashasvi Jaiswal at one point in time was complaining to the umpire that Jamie Overton had moved much finer. So it was a moment in that game which went against India. And it was disappointing. It was disappointing that at a time when Jaiswal got out, India should have closed out that particular match. That's where it kind of hurts me, that Jaiswal had taken complete control of that game, and at a time when he got out, yet again the match opened up for England. Dhruv Jurel, Ravindra Jadeja, who has enough courage, that was a very, very good review. And just outside the line, I thought Dharam Sena had been taken by the fact that he kind of failed Ravindra Jadeja, but that was just a little bit. It was lucky. It was lucky for India that Ravindra Jadeja escaped there. And that was the moment of luck that India perhaps needed. But Ravindra Jadeja, Dhruv Jurel, and Washington Sundar, all of them can bat. Dhruv Jurel is a gutsy cricketer. That shot that he played, or the cut shot of Gus Atkinson, the cut shot that he played of Joe Root in that penultimate over, I thought these are good signs. I reckon India still needs about 45, 50 runs. You get that lead to anything above 325, and all of a sudden you have given yourself that cushion of 75 runs for that opening partnership, which could be Bazball. Karun Nair, and for me, the disappointment would be Karun Nair. 325 would mean that Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett, that opening partnership, that aggressive opening partnership that kind of gives the game to England, has somewhat been neutralized. India will give themselves that cushion. And I think that's the update, you know. And if I would suggest India needs. I'll talk about the Gill failure as well. Started with the Gill failure. But I think a 325 should give India that kind of confidence to be able to close out the game. Rohan, who's producing this particular show, is telling me to talk about the Gill failure. Look, pre-lunch, Gill looked very good in the few balls that he played, right? He looked really good in the few balls that he played. But the problem we have seen in this series 3-4 times, the issue has been with the incoming delivery. The ball that comes in, and today, for example, he played across the line. He tried to play a shot towards mid-wicket, towards that. I thought he kind of fell off. This Ricky Ponting used to have this issue at one point. He would kind of fall off. Shubman Gill has that problem against the incoming delivery. No batter is perfect. Let me make that point very clear. No batter is perfect, and Shubman Gill isn't. Having said that, that's something that the Indian captain would want to take a look at and kind of rectify going forward. He's a first-class batter. The sad part is the Sunil Gavaskar record wasn't broken. Shubman Gill came very, very close. Shubman Gill scored 750. After the first 2 test matches of the series, all of us were talking about the fact that record would be broken in this particular series. Unfortunately for Shubman Gill and for Indian cricket, that record did not. Sunil Gavaskar would be the first person to put his hand up and say that, you know what, this record should have been broken by Shubman Gill in this particular series. Did not happen, and that's a bit of, how do I say it? It's a little unfortunate as far as India is concerned. I have to address this. England, if they go on to lose this game, the reason will be the dropped catches. The number of catches that England has dropped in this particular innings, Harry Brook, Zach Crawley, 5 or 6 catches dropped, Ben Duckett, Liam Dawson. If you remember, in Leeds, India had dropped 6 catches, and thereafter India went on to lose that game. And that is the story of England as well. I think there's a super chat. I will try and take that. Let me try and see if I can get it. I think I will be able to get it. Rohan, I will. Yes. Where the hell is it? I'll be able to take it.
What are you guys streaming to?
I will be able to take it. 1 second.
Fantastic.
So here's the super chat. Arnav Bagga, what do you think 100% safe score for India to win? There's nothing 100% safe for Arnav in this day and age against a side that is a very hard batting side, which can come really hard at you. But I think 325 should give India a very strong cushion to feel that they are well and truly ahead in this game. So what I'm saying is one more hour after the tea break, and India should start fancying their chances to going on to win this game. England will start to feel anything above 300 is difficult to chase. And that's what India will believe that is good enough. I don't think, okay, if I'm missing anything, kindly tell me and I will take it. Did the sun disappear after lunch? Yes, it did. Whose question was it? Siddharth Jiv Rajani? Yes, it did, Siddharth. The sun did disappear. It's still not sunny. It's still cloudy. The Vauxhall side is definitely cloudy. The Oval Station side is cloudy. Having said that, there is no chance of rain. RJ Gaming, Karun Nair last match, possibly a big blow for his cricketing career. No one says it's never say never in sport as far as I'm concerned, but I will not say last match or anything like that, but believe me, if you do not score in this particular game in a series decider, batting at number 5 when you had the opportunity, you had gotten in, and you despite that weren't able to convert, I do think Karun Nair has dented a big blow to his cricket career. Mehul Jani, maybe 1 wicket too many? Yes, 1 wicket more. Had it been 5, I would have said completely fine. 1 wicket more, which means Dhruv Jurel, Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar, 3 real good batters India still has. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. 3 really good batters that India still has that additional responsibility now to take India beyond that line of 325. If India is able to do that, I think it would be good enough. Rick Ghosh, somewhere it has to equal out, right? We lost the first match because of drop catches. Now it's time for England. Now that's a really good comment, Rick. 375, I think it's a tad too far. 400, no, Abhik. 400 baseball and whatever ball, 400 is miles ahead. I think 325 to 350 should be enough for India to clinch this one. Siddharth, I've answered your question. 400 is a way too far. Board Soul, we should bat full day today, otherwise England will get 2 chances with heavy roller. India will try and bat as much as India possibly can, but whether or not it is a full day or not will depend on how good Ravindra Jadeja, Dhruv Jurel and Washington Sundar apply themselves. Still about 10 odd overs. What is it? 70 overs done? 71 overs done, which means you are just 9 overs away from the new ball. So it will not be easy for India against the second new ball when a Gus Atkinson and a Josh Tongue will come really hard at India, and it will not be easy. So one has to keep that in mind, that in these 9 overs, India should try and get at least about 35 runs. If India gets about 35 runs, then that lead, which is around 280 odd at the moment, all of a sudden becomes 315, 320. That's a good enough lead. So before the second new ball, you have to be smart. You have to calibrate your approach and thereafter go about it with the 9 overs that you have left to the second new ball. I will finish in the next couple of minutes because game is about to start in 4 minutes. Pitch flat, no. If you still see some of the balls, they are doing something. This is a 70-over-old Kookaburra, which is still doing something. If you see the ball to Jadeja, 71-over-old Dukes, still doing something. The ball to Jadeja, quite a few balls you will see has done quite a bit. 1 wicket too many, I've answered that, Mehul. 350 is not chaseable on this wicket, cloudy weather. I think 325, as I'm repeatedly saying, should give India that comfort. Pitch flattened out. Don't reckon pitch has flattened out at all. This is a very, very decent pitch for bowling even now. Bat full day today, I don't think that's possible with the number of wickets. Many questions. Next 2 days weather. We will give you the weather update at the end of the game. From what I had seen about a couple of hours back, there is some weather around in the next couple of days, especially on Monday. Tomorrow, it did not seem to me to be too bad. I've got to finish this particular show, but I will say this. This match still isn't done for England. This match, they're still in there. They've given themselves a bit of an opportunity with that session where they picked up those wickets. The Shubman Gill wicket was a really important one. The Jaiswal wicket was an absolute key one. For had Jaiswal stayed, he could have closed out the game for India. That did not happen, and England has that sneaky little opportunity which is still out there. The 1 hour after tea could be decisive with that old ball. We will be back at the end of the game. For the moment, thank you very much for watching.